Hello, this is a tutorial for National 4 music students. To complete the tutorial, you'll need a pen and paper and to take notes as you go. Please write your name at the top of your notes and the list of concepts that we're going to study. The National 4 concepts in this tutorial are scat singing, swing, trumpet, trombone, saxophone, double bass and syncopation. And we'll also revise a National 3 concept of improvisation. Please pause the video whilst you write down those concepts. Thank you. We're going to explore all those concepts through one piece of music today, which is from the Jungle Book, I Want to Be Like You. Your first activity is to listen to this arrangement of the song all the way through, which is performed by Robbie Williams and Ollie Murs. And as you're listening, do a mind map of any concepts that you already know that you're confident with, thinking about the instrumentation, the texture, the tonality, the time and the rhythm. Just mind map everything that you can think of in this listening.
I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I reach the top and I hit to stop, and that's what's bothering me.
I wanna be a man maker and stroll right into town and be just like them other men. I'm tired of mugging around.
Oh, ooby-doo,
I wanna be like you.
I wanna walk like you,
Talk like you too.
you'll see it's true.
And ain't like me. I can't learn to be human too.
Now don't try to kid me, man, 'cause I made a deal with you. What I desire is man's red fire to make my dream come true.
Now give me the secret maker. Come on, clue me what to do. Give me the power of a man's red flower so I can be like you.
Oh, ooby-doo,
I wanna be like you.
I wanna walk like you,
Talk like you too.
you'll see it's true.
And ain't like me. Can't learn to be human too. Come on.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Skid-do-da-do-dow.
Skibbity-doo-bop-bop-bee-dee-boo-boo.
Skibidi-da-da.
Skibbity-doo-bity-doo-doo-doo.
Skibidi-da-da-day. Now I'm the king of the swingers, oh.
The jungle VIP.
I've reached the top and had to stop, 'cause this was bothering me.
I wanna be a man maker and stroll right into town.
Be just like the other man, we're tired of mugging around.
Hit it, boys!
Swing to the left, swing to the right. Put your hands up if you're loving life.
Rob, I'm loving life.
I'm loving life,
Oh,
buddy.
I'm loving life, yeah.
Swing to the left, swing to the right. Put your hands up if you're feeling nice. Feeling nice.
Feeling nice.
Feeling nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we do. I wanna be like you. I wanna walk like you. Talk like you too. You see it's true. And ain't like me. Can't learn to be like someone like you.
Yeah.
I can't learn to be like someone like you.
Oh, I can't learn to be like someone like you. Yeah. I wanna be like you know.
No, you don't, but serious.
So what you've just been listening to is an example of swing. So please write down swing as a title. Swing is a style of jazz that features a big band, and as you can probably tell from that example of swing music, it's really energetic and rousing, and you can imagine lots of people dancing along to the band. It was really popular in the 1930s and 40s, and it's a style that was brought to Europe by the American soldiers during the Second World War. And it was deliberately upbeat and rousing and energetic and lively to lift spirits at that time. So swing music is performed by a big band. So if you can write that down underneath swing music. And a big band usually consists of a horn section and a piano and double bass and a drum kit. And the horn section, you mustn't get confused with the French horn from the orchestra. In a big band, the horn section is trumpets, trombones and saxophones. So if you can write down those three instruments, trumpet, trombone and saxophone, we're just going to have a listen to an excerpt where you can hear those three instruments feature.
Just like the other men, we're tired of mugging around. Hit it, boys!
So what you were just hearing there were different sized saxophones playing different notes, providing the harmony, and the notes that they were playing were quite long and smooth. And sitting on top of the saxophones was the trumpets, and the trumpets were playing a really fun, fast, energetic, decorated melody. And similar to the saxophones, the trombones were also playing chords. Have another listen to that same extract and make your own notes about this jazzy big band swing style.
Just like the other men, we're tired of mugging around. Hit it, boys!
So let's recap the National 3 concept of improvisation. Please write that down in your notes, put a bubble around it, anything to make it stand out. And the definition of improvisation is to make music up on the spot. So there's no sheet music involved. The performers won't be looking at notes written down and playing what's written. They'll be making up the music on the spot with some idea about how they want it to go, but nothing fixed. So there's a made-up feeling to the music. And this is really, really popular in jazz music, where a lot of the musicians wouldn't be able to read music anyway, but they would have a really good go at showing off and showcasing their best music skills through improvising. So let's add to that the concept of scat singing. This is where singers are improvising, and have a listen to this example.
Come on! Skiddy-doo-dah-doo-doo-doo. Skiddy-doo-dah-doo-dah.
Skibbity-doo-bop-bop-beep-beep-boop-boop.
Skibbity-dah-doo-dah. Skibbity-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Skibbity-doo-dah-day. Ow!
So you could hear there that the singers really were making up the music on the spot. But what do you notice about the words of scat singing? That was a really fantastic example of scat singing. So we know it's improvised and we know it's jazzy, but what is the other feature of scat singing? Have another listen.
Come on! Skiddy-doo-dah-doo-doo-doo. Skiddy-doo-dah-doo-dah.
Skibbity-doo-bop-bop-beep-beep-boop-boop.
Skibbity-dah-doo-dah. Skibbity-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Skibbity-doo-dah-day.
So please continue to make notes on scat singing. And scat singing is a concept where jazz singers will be improvising nonsense made up sounds in time with the music rhythmically for effect, like you just heard. And I actually googled the lyrics for I Want to Be Like You just to see whether they had actually written in the scat sounds, and they have. Some of them are hoop de wee and hap de doo be doo wop and weeby dee be dee woo and shooby-doo-wop, shooby-dee-doo. So it's all these nonsense jazzy sounds that you hear in scat singing. And in the example that you were listening to, there was Robbie Williams and Ollie Murs like taking it in turns with their like question and answer of nonsense scat singing. Just so that it's really clear, you understand what the scat singing concept is. Just have one more listen to that excerpt.
Come on! Skiddy-doo-dah-doo-doo-doo. Skiddy-doo-dah-doo-dah.
Skibbity-doo-bop-bop-dee-dee-boo-boo.
Skibbity-dah-doo-dah. Skibbity-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Skibbity-doo-dah-day.
Now we've mentioned the big band containing trumpets and saxophones and trombones, known as the horn section. But which instrument provides the bass line? Well, that would be the double bass. So as you know from your lessons on timbre, the double bass is an acoustic instrument that looks a little bit like a cello, but it's really big. You normally stand up to play it, or you sit on a high stool like a bar stool to play it. And the double bass will provide the bass line usually through pizzicato playing. And there's a specific type of bass line that we're just going to touch on in this tutorial, which is called the walking bass, where the double bass player will be pizzicato notes on the beat, walking up and down in pitch their instrument, so no great big giant leaps of pitch, providing the bass line. Have a listen to the intro of the song and see if you can identify the double bass. If you have some time and you want to YouTube this song, if you type in "I Want to Be Like You," Robbie Williams and Ollie Murs, there's actually a live performance of this piece, which is fantastic to watch because you can see the big band, you can see all the musicians and the singers, and it really gives you a flavour of big band and swing. So we've got one more concept to cover, and that is syncopation. So write that down. This is a rhythmic concept. Syncopation occurs when you've got notes that are played in between the beat. So it's very common that you get notes played on the beat, and if this is your beat, you play the note on that beat. Syncopation is where the notes are played in between the beats, and it gives a really jazzy, funky, catchy, rhythmic effect. Have a listen and see if you can identify the syncopation in this passage.
Get tired of mugging around. Hit it, boys.
Have a listen again to that extract, and it's quite helpful that it sounds like the audience are clapping along on the off beats. Have a listen to the notes that you can hear played in between the beats.
Get tired of mugging around. Hit it, boys.
And that's syncopation, where music is played in between the beats, and it features a lot in jazz music, ragtime, blues, swing, because it is so catchy and really funky. So just to recap, the concepts that we have listened to in this tutorial are scat singing, swing, trumpet, trombone, saxophone, double bass, syncopation, and we've also revised improvisation. So please take a photograph of your notes or type them up and send them to me on Teams for feedback. Thank you.